Welcome. A decimal number is a number that has a whole number and the fractional parts separated by a decimal point. The dot present between the whole number and the fractional parts is called the decimal point. Example, we have 34.5. 34 is the whole number. The number to the left-hand side of the decimal point is a whole number, while 5 is a fractional part. The number to the right-hand side is the fractional part, while the dot in between is called the decimal point. Every whole number can be written as a decimal number by adding a decimal point and 0 at the end of that number. 7 is same as 7.0. 21 is same as 21.0. 530 is the same as 530.0, etc. The number of decimal places in a number refers to the count of digits that appear after the decimal point. So after the decimal point, you will simply count the digits after the point. The number of those digits represents the number of decimal places for that number. 1.5 has one decimal place because we have just one number after the point. 2.75 has two decimal places because we have two numbers, 7, 5, after the decimal point. 3.421 has three decimal places because we have 421, three numbers after the decimal point. 7.342246 has six decimal places because we have six numbers after the decimal point. A decimal number can be expressed as a fraction by simply writing its denominator as a power of 10. Right? It can be 10 raised to the power 1, which is 10. It can be 10 raised to the power 2, which is 100. It can be 10 raised to the power 3, which is 1000. So if a decimal number has one decimal place, one decimal place will mean that number over 10. You will take off the decimal point and you will have that number over 10. If it's two decimal places, you will take off the point and you have the entire number over 100. If it's three decimal places, you will take off the decimal point, the entire number over 1000. The first number we have here is 1.5. Since it is one decimal place, this can be written as 15 over 10. The first number here is 1.5. To express 1.5 as a fraction, we will take off the decimal point and we will have 15 over 10. Why is it over 10? Because 1.5 has one decimal place and 10 has just one zero. So 1.5 is the same as 15 over 10. 0.03. 0.03 has two decimal places. So to express it as a fraction, we will take off the decimal points and we will have 3. Remember that in math, we are not allowed to have zeros in front of a number. So we take off the zeros and we will have 3 over 100 because 0.03 has two decimal places. 0.6 will give us 6 over 10. 0.6 has one decimal place, so we'll take off the point and we'll have 6 over 10. 1 0, one decimal place. 0.275 will give us, take off the points, take off the 0, we have 275 over 1000. That can be simplified further to give us a fraction in its lowest term by cancelling using a common factor. You already know how to do that. To add or subtract decimals, do the following. Line up the decimal point vertically. Fill in zeros when necessary with the numbers being added or subtracted. That's step 1. What this means is that arrange the numbers such that the decimal points will be directly on top of each other. Fill the empty spaces with 0. Step 2. Add or subtract the numbers as if they were whole numbers. Step 3. Place the decimal point in the sum or difference so that it lines up vertically. So we will simply arrange the numbers, ensuring that the points are directly on top of each other. This applies to the answer 2. Example 1. 2.06 plus 0.8. So we will arrange this such that the points will be on top of each other. Then we will fill the empty space with 0 and we add the numbers together like they are whole numbers. 6 plus 0 is 6. 0 plus 8 is 8. Dot, dot, we put our dot. 2 plus 0 is 2. So the answer is 2.68. Example 2. 6.8 plus 2.56. So we will arrange both of these numbers, placing the points directly on each other. We will place 0 in the empty spots and add. 0 plus 6 is 6. 8 plus 5 is 13. We write 3 and carry 1. 6 plus 2 is 8 plus 1, 9. So our answer is 9.36. Example 3. 7 minus 0.66. 7 is the same thing as 7.0, don't forget. So we'll write 7.0 minus 0.66. We will fill the extra space with 0 and go ahead and subtract. 0 minus 6 is cannot. We move to the next digit, which is still 0. We move to 7. We will take 1 from 7. That remains 6. Put it beside the first 0. That gives us 10. Take another 1 from there. Place beside the second 0. That gives us 10. 10 minus 6 is 4. We move to the next digit. We have 9 left. 9 minus 6 is 3. And then we move to the whole number column. 6 minus 0 is 6. So our answer is 6.34. So when adding or subtracting fractions, arrange the numbers. Ensure the points are directly on top of each other. Add or subtract and you will have your answer. Alright, please go ahead and solve the following on paper, snap and send. Ensure you read the questions carefully so you can solve correctly. Thank you.